Hi, this is Adam McAllister from McAllister Myers, and once again, we're not out talking real estate. We're spotlighting our locally owned and locally operated York City and York County businesses. And today, we're here at 3030 East Market Street in East York with David Riggs, President, Chief Bean Counter, and, well, Head Janitor here at Accounting Services of York. David, thank you for having us come by today.
Well, Adam, thank you for having us. I appreciate you guys coming out.
It was our pleasure. Tell me, what can people expect to find here at Accounting Services of York?
We offer full service accounting. We do bookkeeping, payroll, and of course taxes. We do a lot of love letters with the IRS, and that's what we affectionately call them. When you get a letter from the IRS, we call it a love letter. We've been in business 29 years. My father started the business in 1987, and I bought it from him 10 years ago.
And what made you want to buy the business and continue on the service? What was the interest in, or your interest in accounting?
I had my degree in accounting but never used it. I was living in Florida at the time, and my father called me up and wanted to retire and asked me if I wanted to buy out the business. And I said sure, and moved up here from Florida.
Now, you just recently moved your location from just off of Eastern Boulevard to Kingston Square out to the East Market Street location. What was the reason for the move?
We wanted a larger space. The space we had was small, and we had outgrown it. I did not have room to hire more people, and here we have twice the space we had before, and I've hired more people already.
That's right. And how big is the staff here at Accounting Services of York?
We have a staff of 6 people, plus myself.
And as far as the services that you described, talk more about those. Are you dealing mostly with individual taxes and accounting services, or is it primarily commercial?
We do a little bit of both. We do probably 70% personal and about 30% of business. We do a lot of S corps and C corps and partnerships, and we also do nonprofit tax returns, the 990s.
Interesting. What are the most common questions people have when it's time for taxes? Because let's face it, 3 of the scariest letters in the world are IRS. What are some of the most common questions you deal with to help people feel better about their current tax situation or resolve an issue?
We get asked a lot if I'm required to file. There are certain income thresholds that people do not have to file. We get asked if they can claim their children or their grandchildren. We get asked that question a lot as well.
And there's a lot of people who are doing their taxes on their own. You know, there's a lot of commercial push for, hey, come do your taxes by yourself. You have a personal piece of software. But how often is the tax laws changing that for the common person, you're able to know that stuff as opposed to maybe a piece of software they've got?
That's an excellent point. And even with the advance of the healthcare laws, things have changed a lot on the taxes. Basically, the new healthcare laws have made the taxing professionals the police force for the healthcare laws. And I go to all the seminars and keep up to date with the new tax laws. So we are aware of the PTC credits and the 1095As and the 1095Bs, and we know how to fill these out. If you go TurboTax or any online software, they don't really walk you through how to do it. They expect you to know how to do it.
And if somebody wanted to have you look at an old return to make sure, hey, I did this last year by myself, but now that you've said all this, I might have screwed something up not knowingly doing it. Would you be willing to take a look at somebody else's old taxes that didn't, of course, have you last year to do them?
Absolutely. And we don't charge for a consultation, and we don't charge to review a prior year tax return. And the only way we charge is if we find an error and we file an amendment for that tax return.
Right. So the big question, why York County? Why have you had mentioned your dad earlier, you came up from Florida, but why continue this in York County? You could have taken this down to Florida where it's much sunnier weather and you're near the ocean, but why here in York?
I love York County. It's a great place to live and a great place to work. There's nobody else in the world like people of York County.
We are very unique, that's for sure. So people are looking for more information. Want to contact you or set up a consultation, what's the best place for them to go to?
Our website is asyork.net. They can find us on Facebook, AS of York, and Twitter, AS of York, and also on LinkedIn and Google+.
And you also have to learn David's most famous tagline for the Accounting Services of York, which is,
"We'll count the beans and you enjoy the coffee."
Love it. For David Riggs and his entire staff here at Accounting Services of York, this has been Adam McAllister from McAllister Myers saying once again, thank you for pressing play, connecting York County through real estate.